I want my lawyers to know that they are more than a lawyer. They have their own personal lives. Not everybody likes the term work-life balance. And I think it's because there really isn't any clear definition of what work-life balance means. Are you trying to suggest that there must be an equal balance between work and your personal life? And we all know that's not always going to be realistic.
I enjoy long-distance running. I take part in marathons. When I joined practice, I was very worried I had to give up my hobby of running, and it would have been all work and no play. If I don't get to run, then I'll be sian. So an ideal day in paradise, I have to be at Maxwell Chambers for hearing by 9 a.m. and that might see me wake up at 5:30 to run. Hearing typically ends about 5 for the day, and then we either go back to office to continue discussing or we'd break for the day. Such a lie though. That's a few days, but not all days.
When I look back at my career, I think the most important decision that I made, which was to set up my own practice, was really due to the fact that my 2 older kids were very young at that time. And I thought there'll be a lot more flexibility in how I spend my time. There's probably a big dose of foolishness at that time because indeed when I actually came out, it was very difficult because on top of needing to get my work done, I also had to do admin. And I still have to attend to my kids. With my youngest, he's non-verbal, autistic, and he's going through this phase where he doesn't want you to disturb him. I just had to learn as I went along.
So there are times when work is tough and you get less sleep. The question then is whether you still want to carve out the time that you have left to squeeze a run in. In my earlier years I would, and then I see that it comes at cost. I don't improve and sometimes I'd fall ill or get injured even. It's difficult to have the mindset that Monday I'm going to train from this time to this time and to insist that it happen that way. So I try to remain flexible, but there's some things that are non-negotiables. If you sign up for a marathon, usually they will tell you it starts on Sunday at this time. You cannot ask the organizer to tell 50,000 people to move it to a different time. Then I try to protect that as best I can. Work that I can do beforehand, get it out of the way. If I have to ask other people to help me cover, then I try and do that.
I still put them to bed, and then I will stay up late to catch up on work. I didn't have as much time as I would like to socialize or chit-chat, but I think that training of having to tend to my family and juggle my career has helped me to be extra focused when I really need to be. It has changed and influenced my thinking about the type of firm I want to run.
As a service provider, we want to be responsive and we want to be responsible to our clients. But I think there's an increasing consciousness that we need to try to make time for ourselves and our team members if we can. And I think the great thing about how systems and teams are set up now is you don't have to always be in office to get meetings organized and discussions moving. One of the points that people are talking about now is that over the years, pressure has increased because at first it was things like prevalence of the internet and of course AI that mean lawyers need to remain on the edge and they need to value add to a degree that's different than in the days of fax or snail mail. It imposes challenges, but it also allows us to work a lot more efficiently, and then we have more ownership of our time.
It's about trying to find a balance where you can be a lawyer in a high-stress profession, but your personal time is respected. And this means that sometimes the senior lawyers will have to step in and manage clients' expectations. We need to be sensitive and watchful over our lawyers' workload.
If the sense is the team is extremely tired or fatigued from long nights, then a good judgment call is probably to prioritize rest. That also, of course, needs to be socialized sensibly with the client to manage expectations. So it's not a call to procrastinate, but it's a call to prioritize. I think if people are emboldened to articulate those constraints in a meaningful way, we'd all be the better for it.
I don't know how I would have been able to sustain my practice if I didn't have enough colleagues and friends that I could reach out to whenever I was going through a tough time. I honestly feel that Sometimes if we can just help the young ones get over this hump in their life, they can go on to have a very productive career and they can really contribute to the legal profession.
You have a lot of people who could potentially help you out, so you don't ever feel like you're on your own in that journey.